and welcome back to ProLine. I'm Dave Koken with Jim Feist from beautiful Las Vegas. Future home of the Oakland Raiders, maybe. We're going to take a look at some NFL that's, we got division odds are out now, a bunch of other things as well. I'm waiting for the win totals to pop up. In any case, it's never too soon to talk NFL. The football season is fast approaching. And I'm going to get my first offer out there, in fact, we both are, for the NFL. You can get on board now with an NFL early bird special. 4 weeks of the August preseason from either Jim or myself for $19 each. Or, make it even better, how about $29 for both Jim and myself? You get 2 Vegas pros for the price of 1. It's actually less than that. Plus, you get a bonus, a week of baseball from the handicapper of your choice. 1-855-472-2577 is the number to call.
Absolutely, Dave. It's a great offer.
I think so.
Last year, I was 14-6 with my NFL preseason games. Those 4 weeks from both of us, or either of us, like Dave said, $19 for me, $19 for Dave, or $29 for both. I don't know why you'd pass that up. You want to win, take advantage of that.
Now, a lot of the books have already put up numbers on assorted things. One of the things that's up, and I've got a sheet in front of me from the Silverton, which is part of the CG Technology family, and they have division odds up. And I took a look at a couple of things because one of the things that I like to do at this time of year is project breakout quarterbacks. Because I think if you can find breakout quarterbacks, you've got a good chance for a team that maybe has been kind of down in the doldrums to make a big move. And I think there's 2 teams that could be in that situation this year, Jim, and they're in divisions where I don't think moving up is that difficult. One is the AFC South, where the Jacksonville Jaguars are right now 6-1. It's down to 18-5, so there's been some action on them already. I think Bortles is a guy who's ready to break out. I'm really impressed with him. He did a lot of good things last year. The experience factor is going to make him a better quarterback. And in the same state, now I don't know if I can take them to win a division or not because Tampa Bay still has a couple of tough teams in that division, namely the Carolina Panthers, the defending NFC champions. But I think Tampa Bay is a team that's also going to move up. I like Jameis Winston. I think Winston's going to be a good quarterback in this league. And also like the coaching change there quite a bit. Lovie Smith, fine. Good luck to him at Illinois in the college ranks. But I think that's where he belongs. I don't think he's a good NFL head coach. I think Tampa Bay is going to be an improved team this year. So that's 2 teams I'm kind of zeroing in on right away.
I can't disagree with either one of those. I mean, you still got to look at the Saints, the Panthers. I mean, the Saints and the Panthers and Atlanta all have decent quarterbacks. So now you're talking about a young quarterback, sophomore year. I'm not as high on that as I would be in agreement with you on the Jaguars. The Colts might really fall off. We just don't know what's going on there with luck.
Plus, the rest of the roster is just kind of clunky.
I don't see that they've really improved that offensive line. And this kid has been getting killed, which is why he got hurt. They got to improve an offensive. Quarterback's only as good as their offensive line is. You got to give them some time, and then it's nice to add a running back and some wide receivers to the mix too, along with a tight end. So the mix there, you got Texans could be good.
Well, and then
Jaguars
here's the thing: is Houston going to be the overly sexy pick going in because they're already down 9-5 to win that division, which is that means they're the second choice. The Colts are the favorite. I'm not sure I agree with that, but Houston. Is Osweiler ready to step in and be a 16-game quarterback? That's the question I've got. I think he's got a good chance to.
I personally think he is. I thought he did a pretty good job with Denver last year, and I don't think he should have been benched.
Neither does he, and that's why he's not in Denver anymore.
And the reason I say that is this. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Manning, but he was at the end of his career, and he didn't really have it anymore. But they had a great team that went along with him, which is why they won it all. And they were also fortunate to get Carolina, a tight team like that, in the Super Bowl. But when you look at him last year with Denver, a lot of the problems he had was the wide receivers were dropping passes like crazy.
Yep.
I mean, they were like the worst wide receivers in football for dropping passes. And this kid was hitting them in the numbers, and they were on the ground. So they bench him. Manning comes in, does his thing, and he's still a pro. Mentally, he's the best quarterback in the game, and he got there. But I do think he's ready to step up. Houston has a lot of talent. They didn't have quarterbacks last year that could perform. And, I mean, they were bad, especially when they got to the playoffs. Jaguars haven't been there before. Titans haven't been there in a long time. So you're talking about one team falling back and two teams coming up. But Houston has more of a nucleus already there.
I would agree with that. Let's talk about one team that is always in the mix. And, people talk about the best rivalries in sports. Red Sox, Yankees, Alabama, Auburn. I think it's changed. The best rivalry in sports right now is Goodell, Brady. I mean, they don't like each other. And Brady's going after him again. And we'll see. I have a feeling there's going to be another injunction. That's just a guess on my part. I mean, I don't know the legalities of it, but I think Brady's got grounds for a pretty good appeal, and we'll see what happens. And it's tough for the odds makers to make a price on New England, though, because they don't know any more than we do about who's going to be playing in September.
When they opened this line, it originally opened Arizona, New England, Arizona being home, pick 'em in 51. Now it's off the board everywhere because you don't know if he's going to be there. I'm going to bet that he's going to be there because I think they're going to get an injunction because there's grounds for an appeal. He's already done that, and there's ground for an injunction. I mean, they could injunct this thing until the guy retires. He'll be sitting on a rocking chair, 69 years old, and Goodell will keep going after him. It's kind of a crazy thing. It's gone too far, and maybe a fine would have been enough and been done with it.
I think that the commissioner tried to flex his muscles, and personally, I think it backfired.
You think Goodell's a little bit arrogant sometimes?
Wow. Look up the word smug in the dictionary, and there's his picture sitting there. But he can afford to be as smug as he wants. He's doing rather well financially. All right, hey, listen, if you want free plays every day on a recorded message, now we told you how to get them as far as the text message is concerned, but you want to make a phone call, you just go directly to a recording, and you get your free play from the Vegas experts.
Absolutely. Also at ProLineTV.com, click on the subscribe button and get notifications on videos and all the things that we have going on. Plus, you'll get sent a code for 7 days, how you can get 7 days of free service from me, ProLineTV.com.
And by the way, I forgot to give out the toll-free number that they need to call to get
that helps.
The free plays on tape. Yeah, it would be a nice thing if I did that. So it's 1-888-478-9222. 1-888-478-9222. It's as simple as that. And that's it. We're done. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week with another edition of ProLine.